Happy weekend, everybody. This is a quick review for your order of operations test that you will have on Monday. And I promised that I would try to make this more entertaining, so I do have a joke for you. Why was the math book sad? Because there were too many problems. Anyway, here we go. So first, draw a picture to represent the following mathematical expressions. So go ahead and press pause and give it a try. All right, so if I were going to draw 2 times the sum of 3 plus 1, I'm just going to grab some shapes from up here to make this go faster. What I would do is I would show 3 plus 1. So here's my 3, and here's plus 1. And I'm going to just shade this one to make sure that we know that that one is different, that one's our plus 1. So shade, shade. And then I'm going to have another row of 3 plus 1. So here I have 2 rows, or 2 groups of 3 plus 1. For this next one, I'm going to make an array to show this multiplication problem. So remember, an array is like an area model. So I need to have I'm going to create an area model using these squares. So I'm going to have 4 across. And then I'm going to have 3 rows of 4. So here's my array. Oops. And then I'm going to have one more square. So this is how you would represent mathematical expressions using drawings. If you have your parentheses here, you're going to have to show what's inside the parentheses first, and then show how many groups of that you have. In a case like this where you don't have parentheses, you're going to show the multiplication problem first, and you show multiplication using an array model. Next, you're going to simplify the following expressions. Simplify is another word for solve. So go ahead and give these a try, and then we will go over the answers. Okay, so we're going to go over the answers now. For this first problem, you're going to go through your order of operations. First, you're looking for parentheses, which there are none. Second, you're looking for exponents, and there are no exponents in this problem. So then we're going to look for any multiplication and division problems. So we're going to start here with this multiplication problem. 4 times 2 is 8. So that leaves us with 3 plus 8 and an answer of 11. Moving on to the next problem. We're looking at the bracket first, and within the bracket you're going to use the order of operations to solve this problem. So first we're going to solve what's inside parentheses. So 2 plus 4 gives me 6, and that leaves me with 6 times 3 inside the parentheses. So here's what my problem looks like now. Now I'm going to solve the bracket. I'm going to solve the multiplication problem inside this bracket. So I have 6 times 3, which is 18, and then 10 plus 18 gives me an answer of 28. And you can see I have this nice ice cream shape going because I want my problem to get smaller and smaller until I end up with my answer. Looking at the third problem, again, you're going to perform the order of operations within the brackets first. So that means we're going to solve 4 plus 5 first. to get 9. And that leaves us with 9 times 2 inside brackets plus 5. 9 times 2 is 18. And then we have 18 plus 5, which gives us an answer of 23. Moving on to our last problem. Again, we're going to solve this problem using order of operations first. So we have this addition problem inside the parentheses. So 8 plus 3 gives us 11. And now I'm going to solve the bracket. So 2 times 11 is going to give us 22. So now we have 30 minus 22, and that gives us an answer of 8. On this page, you're going to write the expression using words. So go ahead and give that a try. Press pause, and then press play when you're ready to move on. For this first expression, you should have written 8 times the difference of 3 and 3, or something like that. 8 times the difference of 3 and 3. You cannot have 8 times 3 minus 3, because that would be a totally different problem. That would tell me that the problem was 8 times 3 minus 3, like that. And that would mean that we would have to multiply 8 times 3 first. This problem wants us to do 3 minus 3 first. So 8 times the difference of 3 minus 3. This next problem would be 12 plus the quotient. Ooh, I better change this. Technically, it would be 12 plus the quotient of 3 divided by 5, but we know we can't do that. I meant to put 15 divided by 3. Sorry about that, gang. So when you were confused, you were right. Remember, your teacher's not perfect. So here, 12 plus the quotient of 15 and 3. So sorry about that, guys. Next, we'll write the expression for the calculation that's given. So here you're just writing out the numerical expression. Go ahead and write out these two expressions, press pause, and then press play when you're ready to move on. All right, so we're going to turn this expression written into words into a numerical expression. This says divide 72 by 9. So we would do 72 divided by 9. Then add 2. So then we'd have plus 2. Next we would have 5 multiplied by the difference of 7 and 2. So we would want to show the difference of 7 and 2 inside parentheses, because we clearly want to know what the difference between 7 and 2 is. All right, this was a challenge for us in working in class. So I'm going to show you some strategies for solving this. Place parentheses and or brackets in the appropriate spots to make the problem true. Now, I will tell you that you really only need one set of parentheses to be able to solve these, and it'll be the same way on your quiz. But what I would do is I would come over and I would start here. And I would say, what's the answer going to be if I put parentheses here? So I would have 14 times 3 plus 2. So from here, I would go ahead and solve 14 times 3. And that's going to give us an answer of 42. And then 42 plus 2, it's 44. So that's not right. So I know that the parentheses can't go here. Next, I'm going to try putting my parentheses here. So this would give me 8 plus 18 plus 2. Well, 18 plus 8 is 26 plus 2 gives me 28 and not 38. So I know that the parentheses can't go there. So next I'll try my parentheses here. So I would have to solve this part first, so that's going to give me 5. That leaves me with 8 plus 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. And that gives me 8 plus 30 for an answer of 38. So I know that that answer is correct now. Moving on to this next problem, I'm going to try the same thing. I'm going to try putting my parentheses here first. So 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. And 12 times 3 gives me 36. So I know that my answer is correct. This is really a guess and check method, guys. There's no trick to it. Just try putting your parentheses in different spots, solve it. It's going to take a few times, though, for you to end up with the correct answer, and that's okay. Next it says create 2 complex expressions that have an equivalent value of 20. Use at least 20 operations in your expression. So I'm just going to show you the strategy that I would use. I would start off by writing 20, and then I'd say, what can I do to get to 20? Well, I could multiply 4 times 5. That's only one expression, so it's not enough, or it's only one operation. So I need to keep going. So then I could say, what could I do to get 4? So what if I did 2 times 5? Well, this is 2 operations, so that would be one complex expression that I could use to represent the number 20. So I could come over here, and then I could think of another way. I could say, 10 plus 10 gives me 20. And then how could I get 10? I could have multiplied 2 times 5. 2 times 5 plus 10, that would be enough. Or if I wanted, I could keep going. I could say 2 times 5 plus, let's say I added 9 plus 1. That would be another way that I could get to 20, and that would be another complex expression that I could use. Finally, you'll be given a word problem, and you have to turn it into an expression and solve it. So let's give this one a try. There were 2 plates of 12 cookies for the bake sale. 4 students each brought in 2 more dozen cookies. The soccer team came by and bought 9 cookies. How many cookies were left? Go ahead and give writing this expression a try. Okay, so we're going to get started. It says there were 2 plates of 12 cookies. And when I see the word of, that tells me that I'm going to multiply. So 2 plates of 12 cookies for the bake sale. And then it says 4 students, so we're going to add to this. 4 students each brought in 2 more dozen cookies. So I know that a dozen means 12. So I could solve this like 2 times 12, and then I could multiply this also. So that's going to give me 4 students each brought in 2 more dozen cookies. The soccer team came by and bought 9 cookies. So those are cookies that we're going to take away. How many cookies were left? So I really, in this case, don't need to use parentheses at all. I could if I wanted around some of my multiplication, but I don't need to. So here I would start off with 24 cookies. The reason why this is so messy is because I have to write using the mouse, and I'm not very good at it, I'll be honest. So next, we would take 4 times 2 to get 8. Next, I'm going to do 8 times 12 to get 96. And then 24 plus 96 is going to give me 120 cookies. Uh-oh, I forgot minus 9. Ah, this is the same mistake you guys make sometimes. Erase, erase, erase. It's okay, I can fix it. I gotta come back here and add my minus 9. Like I said, it's the same mistake you all make sometimes. I just dropped a step. My goodness, I'm not perfect. I think I am, but this proves I'm not. Don't tell anyone, though. So now I have 24 plus 96, which is 120, and then I'm going to take away 9. So my total answer is going to be 111 cookies. Whew, that was a lot of work. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the video. And when you take your quiz on Monday, if you watch this video, hopefully you'll remember this. You might want to write yourself a note, but it's got to be top secret. Don't tell those classmates of yours who didn't watch my video. Don't tell them the secret, because you did all this work. Don't let them get credit for it. In the upper right-hand corner of your quiz, if you will write a little note that says, ooh, what would be fun? How about this? I heart your videos, Mrs. Reader. Here, I heart your videos. I will give you 2 extra credit points on your quiz. So in the upper right-hand corner of your quiz, you're going to write our secret code. You're just going to write a little note that says, I love your videos. Even if you don't love them, you better write it. And I will give you 2 extra credit points for spending almost 18 minutes watching my video and doing math over the weekend. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday.